Applications of dielectric materials. So dielectric materials are used in capacitors and transformers. So almost all electrical devices depend on insulating materials in some way or the other. Most of the failures in such devices may be due to defective insulation. Now let us see the application of dielectric material in the case of a capacitor. So capacitor is nothing but it has got conducting plates and a dielectric material. The dielectric material may be a solid, liquid or a gas that depends upon the function of the capacitor and electronic circuitry. The capacitors are used in many electrical utilities. There are different types of capacitors. So if we take power capacitor, they use tissue paper or polypropylene films as dielectric material. Let us consider this electrolytic capacitor. Actually, electrolytic capacitors are available in two forms, wet form and dry form. So the wet type consists of an aluminum can holding an electrolytic solution of ammonium borate or sodium phosphate. This electrolytic solution of ammonium borate or sodium phosphate actually acts as dielectric material in the case of wet type electrolytic capacitor. If we go to dry type electrolytic capacitor, an electrolytic paste made up of ammonium tetraborate and glycol is used as dielectric material. Thus, for different types of capacitors, we use different types of dielectric materials. Now, let us see the application of dielectric materials in power and distribution transformers. So, first of all, let us see what is a transformer. So transformer is a device that transfers electric power from one electrical circuit to another electrical circuit. It works on the principle of mutual induction. It can step up or step down the level of AC voltage or AC current without changing the frequency. There are three basic parts in it: primary coil, secondary coil and magnetic core. So these are the three basic parts of a transformer. So primary coil is the coil to which a source is connected. Secondary coil, the output is taken from the secondary coil, and magnetic core, here the flux produced in the primary passes through the magnetic core and it is made up of laminated soft iron core. So the alternating flux produced in the primary coil passes through the core and links with their coil, and hence EMF is induced in the secondary coil. So these are the basic parts of a transformer. So let us see the different mission parts of the transformer and we'll see what are all the insulating materials used. So low voltage coil to ground and high voltage coil to low voltage coil, we use dielectric materials like thick radial spacers or tubes made up of pressboard, paper, glass fabric, paper filled plastic laminates or porcelain. So when we consider turn to turn, organic enamel paper glass plates are being used. Layer to layer and coil to coil, craft paper, glass fabric, pressboard, varnished papers are used as dielectric materials. Then fluid, which is used as insulating material and also it is going to use as a cooling medium. So the dielectric materials used as insulating and cooling media are mineral oil, air, nitrogen, etc. Then for bushings, bushing is nothing but it's an insulator put on the top or side of the transformer tank through which connections are made to the external circuit. So that is what is called bushings, and they use porcelain or phenolic bonded tubes as dielectric materials.